Yeah. I have no idea why it's having.
Ms. Comp, is this Mr. Mercier?
Yes.
All right. I'll call the matter of the state of Wisconsin versus Nicholas R. Mercier, 20 CF 951. Appearances, please.
State appears by Special Prosecutor Ian Hackett.
Nicholas Mercier appears in person with attorney Angela Comp, who appears by Zoom. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. Mr. Mercier is aware of the associated charges and maximum penalties, waives its reading. Reserving all pretrial rights, we'd request a preliminary hearing.
All right, thank you. Request for preliminary hearing is noted and entered for the record. As to bond, Mr. Hackett.
Yes, Commissioner, we think that a high cash bond is appropriate in this matter. The allegations are, as alleged in the complaint, the victim is one Dorothy Parker. It is, I would like to note for the court that in file 14 CF 929, Dorothy Parker was the victim in that case as well. It was second degree recklessly endangering safety. And the charge was, that's what was originally charged. I believe it was pled to reckless driving causing injury. She had to get 5 staples in the back of her head to fix the bleeding. There's an allegation of a long history of abuse, as alleged in this complaint, towards Ms. Parker from Mr. Mercier. So we think that a high cash bond is appropriate with conditions that he's not to possess or consume alcohol. He needs to have no contact with Dorothy Parker or Morgan Juga. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Comp.
Thank you. Mr. Mercier is 34 years old. He's lived in Kenosha his entire life. He does have a lot of ties to this community. His parents, sister, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins all live here in Kenosha. He lives on at the address listed on the criminal complaint, so very, very close to the courthouse. He could walk to any future court date. He is the general manager at Rustic Road. He's worked there for 3 years. He's a high school graduate. He completed his undergrad and completed some credits towards his master's at Carthage here in Kenosha. It's my understanding he has no history of any missed court dates. There was delayed reporting here. The complaint here, instead of calling 911 immediately, allegedly went through a third party to disclose these allegations. So there are some issues with that. In light of that, I'd ask for a signature bond.
All right, thank you, Ms. Comp. Well, court's reviewed this complaint and understands these are allegations. However, they're very disturbing allegations. According to this complaint, the reported victim ultimately suffered a fractured elbow and additional bruises and was reportedly choked. But the thing that disturbs this court the most is that it's alleged that this defendant had forced the victim to remain inside a laundry room, quote unquote, he put me in here and didn't let me leave, close quote. Very concerning to this court. And then again, coupled with the record of the defendant, leads this court to believe there's a potential incarceration that may occur if convictions occur, obviously. I believe a cash bond is necessary to assure this defendant's appearance in court. It's going to impose a $30,000 cash bond. Mr. Mercier, conditions of bond, sir, are may not have contact in any form, any time, any location for any reason with a Dorothy A. Parker or a Morgan Juga, may not consume or possess alcoholic beverages except for employment if you're released. That's apparently you're the general manager of at a restaurant or a brewery. And but you yourself may not consume them, just possess only for employment purposes. May not possess or consume non-prescribed drugs or medications. If you have prescribed medications, sir, you may take those, but only as prescribed. Must appear in court every time when required. Not commit further crimes while you're out on bond. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, $3,000.
3,000.
Right, 3,000 cash. I said 30. Oh, well, I meant 3. Sorry if I said 30.
I was going to ask you a clarification on that too. I heard 30.
You did too. I'm sorry. I meant 3. Okay, I'm sure that gave everybody pause. Sorry about that.
So to confirm, it's 3,000
Yeah,
cash.
$3,000 cash. Yes.
and no contact with Dorothy Parker, and Morgan Juga, the alcohol and then the prescriptions.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Preliminary hearing, August 27th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.